Thank you, Bob. First of all, let me express thanks to my God for waking me up this morning and giving me clarity of mind to start another day. But I also want to thank God for the friends and support that has shown up this morning to say we can have a better Birmingham. I want to thank each one of you who have stood by me down through the years, who have encouraged me to do what's right, who has encouraged me to always think about the least, who has been with me through good times and bad. You know, it was 1 year ago today that I was walked across this park from City Hall to county government. Some people did it out of love and friendship. Others did it thinking that just like Joseph was placed in the pit by his brothers, that they would never see him again. And good riddance. 30 years ago this month, I began on a journey. I was elected in 1979 to serve on the Birmingham City Council. And I recall that evening my father told me that he took me away from the crowd and we walked outside of the little building. And he said, as you go down to City Hall, remember, there are only two things that you take with you. That's your name and your word. He said, now, I gave you your name, but only you can keep your word and keep both of them clean. I've tried to keep that commitment to my father. And we're beginning this campaign. We're beginning this campaign based on honesty, integrity, leadership, and vision. We're letting the sirens go by. You know, anyone with good common sense knows that our government at all levels are faced with crises. Crises of lack of leadership, crises of lack of vision, crises of not having all the resources to do what people expect their government to do. But I firmly believe that with the right approach to do everything openly and honestly, and to tell people what you will do and then do it, I believe that we can turn things around as it relates to city government. I believe that we can have a government that can reduce crime in our neighborhoods. And to that end, I believe that Chief Roper has done an outstanding job during the time that he has served as police chief. And he will continue to have my support as we build a police department that responds to our communities, eliminate crime in the neighborhoods, and wipe away the fear from our senior citizens who are afraid that people are going to kick in their doors and take the little property that they have. I firmly believe that a city government can improve the quality of education by giving our children incentive programs to let them know that you can change your life simply by getting an education. My father and mother are standing with me this morning, and I know that when my father got out of the military, he had little hopes of finding a job because he did not have the skills necessary. But he knew that education would give him the skills necessary to provide for his family. But he also knew that the money that he would make, he had to put it back in the education of his children, who all went on to get four-year college education before he did. A mother who waited on tables at little cafes in order to earn money so that she could make sure that all three of her children got the best education possible. I have much that I owe to them because education changed our lives. Education gave us hope and opportunity. But there's also an obligation that we must reach back and give those kids who are coming through our educational system that same hope, that same opportunity to change the quality of their life. We hear a lot about transportation in our community. And as long as we keep doing the same thing that we've done over and over and over again, going down to Montgomery, putting forth bills that are going to fall by the wayside, we're going to keep getting the same transportation system that we've always got. We've got to change the dynamics. We have to work more closely with the federal government to make sure that they help to put pressure on our legislature, to make sure that the legislature down in Montgomery understands that until they give Birmingham and the surrounding area a decent transportation system, then the dollars won't flow from Washington, D.C. to be spent in other areas of our state. The dollars must be spent on the heart of Alabama, because unless Birmingham thrives and grows, the rest of the state will not thrive and grow. I've talked about crime, I've talked about education, and I've talked about transportation. Because unless you have people feeling secure, they're not going to want to get out and educate their minds. Unless you have a decent education system, kids are not going to thrive and grow. Unless you can move people around in our community, they're not going to be able to find the jobs. And the jobs are key to making our community grow. Because unless you have a thriving tax base, unless you have dollars coming into the community, you're not going to be able to do all of these other things. That's why we got to educate our children and be able to get them from point A to point B. Because that's when we can start talking with the larger corporations to bring businesses and jobs into this community. Just yesterday, I put in motion a plan that will bring international businesses into this area. As chairman of the Health and Community Welfare Committee with the county, we are talking to businesses from all over the world, letting them know how Birmingham, Jefferson County, and the state of Alabama can provide them the employees that they need, employees who are educated, employees who can get to the jobs, employees who are committed to a better life. And by selling that message to international companies and U.S. companies, we can attract the jobs here in this community. But we need a leader that understands how it all fits together. And I think, and I believe, and I'm not bragging, I don't know of anyone in this race that has the skills, the ability, and talent to bring all of those forces together. You know, I've been advised on several occasions where, don't bring up that person, don't bring up this person, because they're in trouble or they've been in trouble. Well, let me tell you this. I don't run from my friends. Good times or bad times, I don't run from my friends. The one thing that I can say about Mayor Langford, he brought to the city a new energy and vitality that was sorely lacking. He brought to the city a can-do and will-do attitude. And I promise you, William Bell will have that same will-do, and can-do attitude to make this city work and to make it work right. But I need your help. I need the help of the citizens out there who feel that they don't have a voice in city government, county government, or state government. I need the help of the people who are out there looking for jobs but can't find jobs. I need the help of the parent who's sitting there wondering, do I need to move my child to another city in order to get a better education? To those individuals, I say help is on the way. Help is on the way. But first, I need your help to get William Bell elected as mayor of this city. A mayor who can provide the leadership, a mayor who can provide the knowledge and skills to make Birmingham great again. Thank you all for coming out, and I'll be happy to entertain any questions that anyone might have at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.